If you still believe a session zero is a big waste of time, then you are probably not running a proper session zero, just like I wasn't. I was finally able to unlock its full potential when our D&D group started to use our session zero to brainstorm characters' backstories and campaign plots together. It had been a while since I had introduced a short session zero before starting new campaigns, especially if some of the players didn't know each other. It used to be really simple, many times via Zoom, so we would establish some common grounds. House rules, play style, flavor of fantasy or genre, and campaign setting. That would align expectations, make sure we would all be playing the same game, and give a direction of which story I, as a dungeon master, could develop, and which characters the players would build. That was up to the point when I turned our session zero into a full session, where we would not only discuss those issues, but actually co-create characters and campaign plot points. What I mean by plot point is something very general, such as a horde of barbarian orcs threaten to invade the kingdom. But that feels to me as a story I would enjoy to develop, and to the players, a story they would enjoy to play. Before session zero, I draft an initial list of plot points, some of them totally unrelated, and some of them that could be tied together into a single campaign. I also stimulate my players to bring initial ideas for characters they would enjoy to play, and then we discuss all ideas together. That sounds like lots of work and hard to sort out, you might say. Oh, that's one of those approaches in which the players take part of the DM's roles then, you might think. Actually, neither of them. Here's how our session zero worked out for me and my groups. As I listen to the characters' backstories, what I'm doing as a dungeon master is actively looking for opportunities to tie their characters to the plot points I have in mind, as well as looking for adventure hooks, NPCs, and pieces of lore that I could leverage in future stories for the campaign. I also make suggestions and ask for some changes in order to create the necessary links I need. And while I do make sure that the players enjoy the plot points we'll be playing, after all, they gotta like the story we'll tell, I avoid disclosing who are the villains or the specific adventures I have in mind. I really do believe this approach brings together the best of two worlds. On one hand, I don't give up the prerogatives and responsibilities of the DM, and I make sure that I keep the suspense and the surprise of the campaign concealed from the players. On the other hand, working on character backstories and campaign plots together makes sure that we reach a result that is better as we build on each other's ideas, more aligned as we discard what we collectively didn't like, and most importantly, we make sure that everyone is super engaged and excited with our campaign before we have even started. And in the end, I actually think it reduces the workload for me as a dungeon master, as I'm using this session to get ideas and inspirations for many adventures ahead. What do you think? Wanna give it a shot?